Yes, Lithuania is a small country, but it's not like Vatican City small. There's definitely some distance between some of the largest cities and towns in Lithuania, and what better way to get from place to place than the train? Sure, there are coach buses, but they tend to be less comfortable and, well, just not as cool. So for those who want to travel by rail in Lithuania, what is there to know? We'll go over some of the basics for today's video. Okay, so in this video, we'll go over the following things. First, buying a train ticket online and all the discounts associated with this process. Secondly, getting a train ticket at the station or on board. And third, all the other things you should know about taking a train. All of the information is current as of February 2024 and is subject to change. If you're watching this further into the future, do check in the comments section to see if there are any updates. So, the first thing to know is that passenger trains are all run by one company in Lithuania, LTG Link. I'm pretty sure LTG is an acronym for Lietuvos geležinkeliai, which translates to Lithuanian Railways. Their website is ltglink.lt, which is the site you can go to if you want to purchase train tickets or check the schedule from the comfort of home or through your phone. For the convenience of foreigners, the site and its booking engine is available in English, which will be very helpful. Now, for certain services, you'll be buying just a ticket with no reserved seat, otherwise known as free seating. On other longer distance services, you'll have to choose a seat or have one randomly assigned to you. If you're a student or an elderly person or disabled, there are discounts of 50 to 80% available. Be sure to check the website for more details and requirements. Now, there are a whole bunch of other extras that you can purchase, such as luggage transfer or even a city bus ticket. The city bus thing seems kind of new for me, but it sounds like it might be quite handy if you plan on traveling from the destination train station to somewhere else in the city using public transit. You should know that if you're traveling with friends or family and there are 3 or more people, then you're eligible for a group discount of at least 10%. However, the tricky thing here is that you need to apply or activate this group discount during the purchasing process, as you can see here. Why is this? Well, you can only accept the discount if you agree to the conditions that come with the discount. The big condition being that group tickets are non-exchangeable and partial refunds are not possible. The website adds that the discount is only applied for second and third class seats of local routes. Another discount that you can easily take advantage of is the small discount for buying return tickets at the same time. You know, pretty much like a round trip. This is applicable to second and third class seats, and the discount is just 5%. At the same time, you might want to think hard about whether you want to lock yourself into returning at a certain time. In my personal experience, sometimes the weather doesn't quite work out at the destination, or there's less to do than initially thought, and I would just prefer to go home earlier. But if your return ticket is already booked for a certain time, then you either have to wait or just get another ticket and waste what you've already paid. Now, if you're a frequent traveler or you just want to have a really flexible ticket, then travel passes might be the way to go. I guess if you're a daily commuter who lives outside the city, a monthly pass will be the way to go. LTG Link also offers day tickets. With these, I guess you could ride around on a certain route all day long, or I guess it just gives you that flexibility to get on a specific route at any time without worrying. Another thing to know, particularly for families and others traveling with small children, is that kids up to 7 years old can ride for free, but they're expected to sit on the lap of adults. So if they want their own seat, then you'll just have to pay for a child ticket for them. I believe this is a 50% discount from the full adult fare. However, if you do want to save that fare, then you can just select the option in the additional services section. Yes, it is free, but you still need to add it on. Once you purchase your ticket online, you'll be emailed a PDF with the tickets. The digital documents are complete with QR codes, and these are codes that conductors will scan after you board. The email also includes a .pk pass file, which is compatible with something like Apple Wallet. I think with so many different services, fare classes, times, and other options, buying tickets online is probably the best way to go. You'll know exactly what you're getting without any language barriers, you can choose your own seats, and you can easily add extra services and take advantage of the group discount. I've personally only used the website through my phone's browser, but I guess there is the app as well. So maybe that's something you could try. Of course, if you're in a rush or your plans are more last minute, then buying tickets at the train station is a good way to go. Most of the ticketing staff at the train station speak English, or at least all the ones that I've personally encountered. However, even if they do speak English, you're going to need to know how to properly pronounce the names of towns and cities if you want to get to the right place. If you have no clue how to pronounce a place like Kaišiadorys, then it might be best to type it out on a screen or write it out just to eliminate any possibility of confusion. I don't know if this is being overly cautious, but I'm just imagining people pronouncing things really badly. Worse than me. Now, if there's a bit of a lineup to buy tickets at the train station and you can't purchase tickets online and you're in a hurry, then your option of last resort is to purchase your ticket after getting on the train, which is definitely a great option to have if you're in a real hurry. This will, however, come at a cost of €2 per seat. I'm not sure if this also applies to international trains, such as the relatively new service between Vilnius and Riga, but I know for sure that it applies to domestic or local trains. Okay, so when you're ready to ride, what should you know? Again, it's good to remember that in most cases, no one checks your ticket before boarding. You just enter the train, and during the journey, someone will check if you bought a ticket. If you're getting a train from its starting point, that train might already be there 5, 10, 15 minutes early, and in this case, you can hop on and wait. Do note that on colder days, the train might have its doors closed, but you just press that button to open the doors and enter. If you haven't figured it out yet, taking the train in Lithuania is a lot like other places in the world. Once you have a ticket, look at the signboard in the station for your destination or train number and figure out which platform to go to. Now, it is good to know that not all train stations or stops have very much infrastructure. For example, something many tourists will encounter is the fact that the Trakai train station is often closed. This is in contradiction to what it says on the website about having a waiting hall. This means people have to wait outside. It also means that if you were planning to buy a ticket at the station, you'll just have to buy it on board. But like I mentioned earlier, if you don't have the option to buy it at the station, then you're not going to get hit with that €2 charge. Finally, I know Germany's Deutsche Bahn has a pretty well-known reputation for trains constantly being delayed or even cancelled. I guess I can tell you that in my experience of taking trains a few times a year in Lithuania, they've all been on time, or pretty close to being on time. LTG Link operates a variety of trains, meaning passengers will encounter a variety of conditions. You can preview each train on the company's website, and so I'll show you a few of these here. Now, as you can see, there are a variety of seating configurations. Some seats have a little recline, some have none at all. There might be 4 seats that face each other, 3 seats that face each other, or 2x3, 2x1, or 2x2 seating that all faces in the same direction. There are even a few sideways seats that are more like the metro or subway. There are even private compartments for up to 6 people, but I don't know exactly which services use these. Nonetheless, it's cool that it's an option for some routes. As far as I know, all trains are equipped with toilets, which, in my experience, are kept in decent and clean condition. Old trains are maybe a little louder and less comfortable, while newer ones tend to be more comfortable and may even offer Wi-Fi and electrical outlets for device charging. And finally, when it comes to the onboard experience, food and beverages are available for purchase on some of the longer routes. You can check the menu online, but it tends to be small snacky stuff, and definitely not any kind of proper meal. Anything that is served hot is either a sandwich that can be microwaved, or something that train attendants just add boiling water to, such as instant oatmeal or instant noodles. So, trains are a fun way to get around Lithuania. Buses might be cheaper and more frequent, and maybe even faster, but of course, trains have their own special advantages. In terms of taking Lithuanian trains to other countries, there are just a few services at the moment. There's a relatively new service to Riga, as well as a service that connects you to Warsaw and onto Krakow in Poland. As always, most of the info will be available on the LTG Link website. Also note that there eventually will be high-speed rail service to Poland and Latvia, and then onwards to Estonia, but this project, known as Rail Baltica, is still a few years away. With train travel being quite simple, maybe the key takeaway from all this is that there are some discounts that you might be able to take advantage of to save a little bit of money. But in the end, I hope that this video was helpful in one way or another and that you learned something new. Now for the Lithuanian word of the day, let's go with traukinys, which is train. Traukinys. It's interesting that the verb to pull is traukti, so I'm pretty sure there's a connection there. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.